5 things for the future of Trek that I wish that they would do. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And I make sure that they don't have any moustaches on any characters. That is a lie. Some people can have moustaches. This guy can have moustaches. No legacy series is my number one. And I say it's my number one because Picard, while having its ups and downs, overall I don't think was a success. It sort of relied not on nostalgia and then flipped it in season 3 and went complete nostalgia, and it just came across as a bit of a mixed mess. And I don't think that we should have legacy series unless there's another story to tell. Now, having a single character, for example, 7 of 9, aboard a ship that's not the Enterprise G, I would really enjoy watching. I think 7 of 9 has an interesting growth as a character. I think seeing Riker in captain of a Titan or another ship would be interesting to see, but I don't want the whole cast being that. The legacy series shouldn't be about nostalgia. And the problem is, in every situation with Star Trek at the moment, there is an injection of that nostalgia from the TNG era, and it's just a bit too much. Second on my list is 60th anniversary special. I think that for the 60th, and we know that they've approached William Shatner about going into Star Trek again, I think for the 60th, they need to have like a big episode, kind of like Doctor Who. Maybe have Patrick Stewart pop back in, Shatner pop in. I'd love to see Avery Brooks again. I don't know whether that would happen. I'd love to see Janeway again. I don't know whether that would happen in Star Trek Strange New Worlds, but I would love to see something sort of celebrating the 60th anniversary of Star Trek, something big and reminiscent. Now, anniversaries like this, and you may think that this contradicts what I just said about no nostalgia, but anniversaries are a time to celebrate the entire franchise, to look at everything through a lens of look at what we've achieved. And I think that's important. If you look back at other anniversaries, for example, in Voyager and Deep Space Nine, Deep Space Nine went back to Captain Kirk's area and did an amazing job of putting Deep Space Nine characters into trials and tribulations, or the trouble with tribbles. That's the 2 episodes. But yeah, put them in there, and it was a really fun ride. Voyager took Captain Sulu from the beginning of Star Trek 6 and sort of showed us what happened during Star Trek 6. It sort of was an addendum. And I think that that is a really smart way to go. I think doing a big anniversary special would be fantastic for next year, which is, I think, fair. This is specific to Starfleet Academy. Now, Starfleet Academy, we've been told there's a bad guy. We've been told all of these celebrity guest stars. We've been told Robert Picardo's coming back. And what we haven't got, although they have mentioned it's a bit more TNG stylish, I hope this means that instead of having a season-long bad guy, or a story that they find a bad guy, I want to see them exploring planets, maybe having a few troubles on the way with customs and religions and things that go on, exploring different alien races. I don't want to see that sort of Starfleet cadets being heroes thing. We kind of got that in the Star Trek 2009 Kelvin film, and I don't really want to see that again. I want to see Starfleet officers training, and I want to see these people, why they join Starfleet, how they interact with these different cultures and classes and religions, the science stuff. I want to see this show, and it's the perfect opportunity to go deeper and darker, deeper and darker into the caves of the Star Trek universe to really explore. Like, you could have, for example, an episode that's just around the history of the Federation and how it came to be. You could have an episode that is about the Romulan Wars. You could have an episode that's about how the Klingons have changed over the last 900 years. Like, you could really push this to be like a really big exploration of the Star Trek universe and the Federation itself. And I think that's the most enticing and really fun part for me. I really hope they don't go for the dramatic, action-packed over tightness of the story. With Discovery being cancelled and with Picard disappearing, there's no real, I want to say, adult show. Say Strange New Worlds as a family show, Starfleet Academy is a young adult series, I'm pretty sure. And it just feels like I want an adult Trek. I want a Trek that sort of explores darker themes, and I want the crew members to grapple with things more. You want a show that deals with more adult topics. Like Discovery tried it, and I feel like with Strange New Worlds, they're going for the lighter option. It's like, let's make this, let's deal with this, but not push it too far, not deal with the implications. And I feel like we need a true adult show that's intelligent, that sort of explores the ramifications of every decision made. It explores how the Federation deals with certain situations, political or war or romance, or just it explores it in an adult way. We don't get that a lot anymore. It's a lot of bang bang shoot 'em up, and I would really love to see that. And the TNG era didn't even really do that. Like there's, once again, the episodes I point to for a tone was in TNG, they had episodes where bugs invade admirals in Starfleet and then they explode a guy. And that was really interesting. And they dropped it for next week and we never heard about it again. Strange New Worlds, they went to a planet where they sacrificed children just to survive. And the repercussions of that, we see that horrible feeling in Pike's face, but by the next week, he's over it. And I just feel like exploring how those affect our crew and exploring how these different cultures, and they don't, other than Klingons are warriors, Ferengi are greedy, like explore those cultures, see how, and especially with Starfleet Academy, like see how they change. Strange New Worlds sort of, it plays it too safe for me, and that's, as much as I love it, it just doesn't seem like it's progressed in terms of its storytelling. It feels like it's trying to go back with its storytelling. In saying that, Strange New Worlds has done new things. These Old Scientists and Subspace Rhapsody are new things to Star Trek. They've also done like the episode between them, which was about war. Really, really dark, deep episodes exploring the ramifications of the war. I liked that. Star Trek doing new things, but also doing like explorations into the characters' motivations and feelings around a thing. And the biggest, this is number 5, this is the biggest thing, hands down, I want from the Star Trek franchise. When you have a series, and I mean this in the nicest way, when you have a series that says Star Trek Strange New Worlds, I expect there to be more Strange New Worlds. I feel like they built up this whole talk about the AR wall and how great it is, and sure, it makes some scenes look fantastic. Sometimes you can really blatantly tell, but they never really go to anything sort of mind-numbingly exciting or new. They're always sort of either shipbound or sort of earthbound planets. I'd love to see, with the new technology, our Star Trek crews going to new worlds and new civilizations. Now, with the exception of Prodigy, the new series tends to avoid that, although I think Discovery in season 5 did really, really well with exploring strange new worlds, or at least going to new worlds. But I'd love to see them explore these worlds. Like it's what fascinated me as a child, was these differences and these aliens, and with the new technology today, you could do anything. I want to see less crinkly headed aliens, and I want to see more crazy aliens like in the animated series. I want to see more aliens that just look less humanoid, and I want to kind of want to see them in Starfleet. One thing I would, and I know that they can't change it now because they've already done it, this is an addendum, this is an extra bit just for you. Get rid of the Enterprise G. 100% I hate that ship. What do you think should be some of the changes going forward in the Star Trek universe? I have been Trek Trav. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back soon with a new video. I'm also reviewing the animated series for the first time. I've never actually watched it the whole way through. I've watched bits, but I haven't watched it all the way through.